Hi everyone, I just wanted to put together a quick video to show you how to use the auto move functionality in 9G and also to set it up on a spec from the very beginning if you haven't currently got it set up on your spec. So what you want to do, I've got three domes up at the moment. I've got the super light variant applied, which is essentially just the super light spec, and I've applied my own color scheme. And so what we're going to do is we don't have auto move functionality on these ladders at the moment. The only way to actually move the order
Order
is
pending.
when you place the order. If I wanted to move it somewhere else, I'd first have to
Order
cancel it
cancel. Order
and then
pending.
place it somewhere else.
Order
So
canceled.
the auto move functionality allows you to actually click an order and it will go into move status and then click where you want it to move to, and that will stop the order from being cancelled at the exchange. And it will also mean that if you're using OCO functionality, you don't break the OCO pair linking, and you can move orders and then maintain their existing order IDs and the existing OCO links, etc. So what I want to do is I'm just going to add an auto move functionality to the price ladder. It's set up using an action, and you can apply it to any column. So if I wanted to move my orders by clicking in the volume profile, I could do that by setting the action up in this column. Um, if I wanted to actually click on the order itself, you could set it up in the order column, or the column that's using the order display marker. For now, I'm going to just set it up on the price ladder. So to do that, I'm going to shift click on the price ladder. I'm going to click the add button, and I'm going to choose an action. And I'm going to set the initiator. I want it to the order move to fire in when I left click, and then I'm going to set up the action type as a move order. And there's no type properties available for the move. It's a fairly simple process. So what we can do now is when we
Order
place
pending.
the order there, and if I left click in this column, that move order action will fire. It's going to set this order into move status. You can see it's now highlighted. And now at this point in time, I can now drop it wherever I want by clicking somewhere else in the price ladder. So if I click there, it's going to move, and that's it. I mean, it's fairly simple. A few things just to note is that when you're using this action, it only applies to this column. So if I want to move it, I click here, and you must click again in this column in order to drop it. What I've also done is that when this is put into move status, I've disabled all the other actions on any other columns, because the trouble is that I think for new people, especially when you first click on this, there can sometimes be the assumption that, oh, okay, I can move this now, I can just drop it anywhere, and I just click on something. Now, if I didn't disable actions in the other columns, what can happen, and what was happening in my test, is that, for instance, if I went and just clicked on bird, you see at the moment nothing happens because everything's disabled. But before, without that being disabled, it would actually then suddenly drop a bird into the market. I think that that's could probably be a little bit problematic for some guys. So to make it simple, when an order's in move status, the other actions on the dome don't work. So you need to address that move status by either moving the order to where you want it to go, or canceling that move by just going back to the price that it's on and just clicking it again. Um, which brings me to the next point, is that there may be a case where you want to move it and then you want to quickly cancel it without having to go back here. So what you can do is you can set up a further action on the column by shift clicking. We'll do add an action type. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the right click, and I'm going to add a cancel move order action. So what happens now is I can click this order, and I don't have to go back and click on your, if I want to quickly get it out of move status, I just right click and it's off. So you see there, I've put that to move. Maybe, something changes with the market. I want to cancel that move and do something
Order
else,
pending. Order canceled.
without having to go back here and click it each time, because that can be a little bit of an annoyance. And then finally, the little highlights when the order moves into move status is configurable. So I've set it to yellow by default so that it's fairly noticeable on the majority of specs. But if you don't like that color, you can go to the order display marker, which is one of the indicators set up for the order. And if you scroll down to the bottom, what you'll see is there's now an option here called moving status. So if I change that, it's set to yellow, and just set it to pink. Now, when I click here, you see the pink is not as visible, which was one of the reasons I chose yellow, but it's just to give you an idea that, that's configurable. So if you want that highlight matching or with your spec, or perhaps the yellow doesn't show as well in a certain color and you want to choose a different color, then you can do that. So yeah, that's the auto move status. I hope you guys find that useful, and thanks for watching.